Welcome to the deep dive. So, you sent over this info on Italy's 2025 work visas. And let's face it, figuring out these international rules often feels like, well, a bit of a
It
maze.
really can, yeah.
So today we're just trying to pull out the important bits. What's actually changing for next year based on this text we have?
Exactly. Let's try and cut through the jargon, give everyone a clear picture of what seems to be new for 2025 with Italian work visas. What's the big headline change you saw?
Okay, well, one of the first things that sort of jumped out was this potential increase in quotas for non-seasonal workers specifically.
Yeah.
It looks like Italy might be trying to pull in more skilled professionals. Certain fields seem to be key. Why do you think that is? What's driving that?
Well, what's interesting here is how clear a signal it sends, doesn't it? About, Italy's economic focus.
Hmm.
The text mentions sectors like IT, engineering, specialized manufacturing, even healthcare. So it's not just filling any job. It feels more like a strategic thing,
Yeah.
to really boost those specific industries.
Mm.
If you've got skills there, well, this could be good news.
That's a really good point. And it's not just more visas, is it? The text seemed to hint at maybe a smoother application process, too, for those specific jobs.
Yeah, that mentioned that.
Yeah.
Like potentially a better online system, maybe faster processing.
Which, honestly, could make such a difference. Less stress, less waiting around.
Oh, absolutely. Any kind of streamlining is usually welcome. But, it's still important to remember that streamlined doesn't mean, like, easy. It's still got to have all your documents perfect, meet all the criteria, all your ducks in a row, basically.
Right.
It just maybe won't take quite so long going through the bureaucratic hoops, hopefully.
Okay. Now, what about other types? The text did mention seasonal workers, too. Agriculture, tourism. Are there changes there?
From what we're seeing in this material, the main updates really seem focused on those skilled non-seasonal jobs, for longer-term growth.
Mm.
The seasonal worker quotas, they look like they're largely staying the same. Which, well, it makes sense. They always need people in farming and tourism.
So the real action, the potential new opportunities, are more in those professional fields.
That's what it looks like, yeah. IT, engineering, those areas we mentioned.
So let's say you're a software developer. This could be really positive news for you. But what about the basic requirements? Is anything changing for who actually qualifies as a skilled worker?
Fundamental stuff, like having a job offer, proving your skills, having enough money, that doesn't seem to be changing much based on this info.
Okay.
But that increased focus on specific sectors. It could mean that maybe competition in other fields gets a bit tighter, indirectly,
Ah, okay. They're showing their hand, basically, where the priorities are.
pretty clearly, yeah.
Right. And timelines. Always important. Does this info give any hint about when these 2025 changes actually, kick in? Or when people can apply?
Well, the text suggests the official decree, the thing with the exact numbers and the start dates for applications, that usually comes out late in the current year, or maybe early 2025.
Okay, so no hard dates just yet.
Not today, no.
Okay.
So keeping an eye on the official Italian government websites, probably around year-end or early next year, that's going to be crucial if you're thinking about this.
Okay, right. So let's try and sum this up for everyone listening. The big story seems to be Italy potentially opening up more work visas for skilled people in 2025, especially IT, engineering, manufacturing, healthcare, and maybe a slightly smoother application process for them.
Potentially.
Seasonal jobs seem pretty stable, and the key thing is to watch for that official announcement later on for the real details, the exact numbers and dates.
That's the gist of it, yeah. If working in Italy is something you've been considering, and your skills are in those highlighted areas,
Yeah.
this could signal a better environment. This deep dive, it's really just a starting point based on the info we have. The next step is definitely watching for those official updates and digging into how it affects your specific situation.
Absolutely. Just knowing about these potential shifts is a really important first step, isn't it?
That is.
We hope this helped clear things up a bit, maybe gave you some food for thought on a pretty complex topic. Thanks for exploring this with us.